In a practice room that is usually filled with the sound of footsteps and counts of choreography, something unexpected happened. It wasn't an announcement of a new album, nor was it a grand concert stage, just a simple practice moment. Yet in a short time, that moment turned into a story that made fans around the world pause their activities and say, "What did we just see?" At the center of the story, of course, is Kim Taehyung, known to the world by his stage name V from BTS. Over the past few days, the story of an improvised dance he performed during rehearsal has become a hot topic among fans and observers of the entertainment industry. Not because the movement was part of the official choreography, but precisely because it was born from such pure spontaneity. According to several production staff who were present at the location, the rehearsal had actually been going as usual. The members of BTS were preparing a special performance inspired by a very famous traditional Korean song. Arirang, for Korean people, this song is more than just an old melody. It is a cultural symbol, a long story about longing life's journey, and the strength of the human heart passed down from generation to generation. When a traditional work like Arirang is performed on a modern stage, artists usually try to convey emotions that go deeper than simply singing the notes. BTS approached their rehearsal in the same way. The choreographer and creative team had long discussions about how the dance movements could blend with the traditional atmosphere of the song. The practice room was filled with creative discussions. Bright lights reflected the shadows of the members on the wide wooden floor. The music was played over and over as the members tried different variations of movements. There were moments of intense focus, but also small bursts of laughter that made the atmosphere feel warm. However, during one particular rehearsal session, the mood in the room suddenly changed. When the music of Arirang started playing again, Taehyung slowly stepped into the center of the room. At first, no one expected anything different to happen. Everyone assumed he would simply try the prepared choreography again. But what happened was the opposite. Instead of following the predetermined movements, Taehyung began to move in a completely new way. His movements were slow, almost like a gentle breeze. His hands lifted gradually as if following the flow of the melody. His footsteps were light, yet every motion seemed to carry deep emotional weight. Staff members who witnessed the moment said that the way Taehyung danced then felt different from an ordinary rehearsal. He wasn't merely executing movements, it was as if he were telling a story through his body. His facial expression shifted with the rhythm of the music. There was a sense of longing, calmness, and strength radiating from every motion. Some people even said the moment felt more like an art performance than a practice session. What surprised everyone the most was the reaction of the people in the room. Some BTS members who had been practicing slowly stopped moving. They simply watched, as if understanding that something special was happening in front of them. One staff member described the atmosphere in the room at that moment in a simple yet meaningful way. Suddenly everyone went quiet. The music of Arirang continued to play, but no other sound could be heard. Only Taehyung's gentle steps moving along with the melody. The movement didn't last long, maybe around a minute. But for those who witnessed it in person, the moment felt much longer because of how intense it was. When the music stopped, Taehyung stopped as well. He simply gave a small smile, like someone who had just done a simple improvisation without realizing how powerful its impact had been on the people around him. Then the rehearsal continued as usual. But the story of that moment didn't stop in the practice room. One staff member reportedly recorded a small portion of the improvisation. At first, the video was only meant as rehearsal documentation. This kind of recording is common in production processes to help the creative team review movement details and stage expressions. However, as often happens in the entertainment world, the short clip eventually began circulating among people working in the creative industry. The video passed from one person to another until it eventually reached someone quite influential in the international entertainment scene. According to several sources within the industry, the rehearsal video was seen by a major producer from the United States. His identity has not been officially confirmed. but he is said to be someone frequently involved in large-scale global music and visual projects. The producer's reaction was reportedly quite surprising. He didn't just praise Taehyung's movements, but also highlighted the artistic quality he saw in the improvisation. According to circulating sources, the producer said Taehyung possesses a rare ability to express emotion naturally through his body. For a performer, that kind of ability is considered extremely valuable. Not every artist can make simple movements feel so alive. Since then, rumors about a possible collaboration have begun to circulate. Some people in the entertainment industry say the producer is interested in exploring a creative project with Taehyung in the future. No details have been confirmed yet, and there has been no official statement from the agency. But the news alone has been enough to make the internet buzz. BTS fans, known as ARMY, immediately flooded various social media platforms with their comments and reactions. Many of them said they were not surprised at all that the world might finally begin paying wider attention to Taehyung's artistic side. For ARMY, Taehyung has always been known as someone with a strong artistic aura. Besides being recognized as a singer with a distinctive voice, he also has a deep interest in many forms of artistic expression. Photography, visual art, acting, and even his stage style always carry a unique aesthetic touch. In many of BTS's previous performances, Taehyung has often created very memorable stage moments. The way he uses facial expressions, hand movements, and body language frequently makes the audience feel as though they are watching a story unfold. It's no wonder that many fans immediately praise the dance improvisation. On social media, comments filled with admiration continued to appear. Some fans wrote that Taehyung's dance had a quality similar to contemporary art. Others said the movements felt deeply emotional even though they lasted only briefly. Some fans also said Taehyung has the rare ability to make a stage feel silent simply through his presence. For ARMY, moments like this are not just something that goes viral on the internet. They are reminders that BTS continues to grow as artists. And for Taehyung in particular, this story once again reinforces his reputation as a performer who relies not only on technique but also on emotion. Meanwhile, many fans have also begun speculating about the possibility that the improvisation might be included in the final performance of Arirang. Some production staff reportedly did discuss the idea informally. Since the movement Taehyung created was considered highly compatible with the emotional atmosphere of the song. However, no official decision has been made so far. But imagine if one day BTS truly performs Arirang on a grand stage in front of millions of viewers around the world. And in the middle of that magnificent choreography, there is a small part that was actually born from a spontaneous moment in a practice room. A moment when an artist simply followed the music and his feelings. And from that simple moment, something emerged that captured the world's attention. For many fans, stories like this are what make BTS's journey feel so special. Because behind the grand stages and massive productions, there are often small, deeply human moments. Moments when an artist simply dances to the music without any big plan. Yet that is often where magic is created. And who knows, perhaps someday people will look back at that rehearsal video and realize it was the beginning of something bigger for Taehyung. A small moment in a practice room that eventually left the world in awe.